having the leadoff triple, but he has what he did. What is that going to say about just the confidence and just what you have in the bullpen this year?
I mean, I think you see how the ball's coming out, and it's coming out great. If we could just get past the first pitch with him, the last 2 nights he drilled a guy on the first pitch each night, but the ball was coming out hot. It was coming out great, sharp, late slider. They weren't seeing it very good. One kid made had the leadoff triple there in the ninth to put a good pass on it, but he buckled down pretty nicely and did outstanding. So can't say enough. 2 and a third, 6 punchies. That's pretty impressive.
Pitching overall this weekend was just really, really good. Particularly, obviously starting. You got scoreless outings out of everyone this weekend in that department. Being that there's so many newcomers, you completely overhauled. Just what are the differences you kind of take away from that?
I think you start with mentality, and we preached since day one. Don't beat yourself. And I think when you look at the line today, I mean, we didn't exactly beat the brakes off it offensively today. It was pretty dismal. But at the end of the day, we didn't beat ourselves on the mound or defensively. We didn't make an error the last 2 days, and we walked one hitter today. You don't give up free bases. You give yourself an opportunity to win games, and that's what the main focus has been. These guys are buying into it. I get it. Nobody's trying to walk hitters, but at the same token, they understand the importance of not giving up free bases. So, that's been a big focus, and we'll try to continue the trend.
Johnny Weaver in his first game as a Sun Devil with the big hit to come through in the clutch. What do you have to say about it?
Not surprising. Johnny's just, he's been outstanding. We brought him here for his leadership. He's been in the postseason twice. He understands, the situation he's in, and he's got to stay ready and be ready to play. He's kind of man after my own heart. He's got to play all the positions and be sharp at all the positions and ready to go. He gets it, and he plays it to. He's ready to go, and to me, that's the guy I wanted up there in that situation. You knew Johnny Weaver's going to figure out a way to get it done, and he did. So I was happy for him.
Really, there appear to be some base running mistakes today. Maybe even throughout the weekend, there's been quite a few. Just what are your initial impressions or takeaways from this weekend?
Ugly, terrible. We got to get better, and that was the point. It's easier to make points after wins, but man, those things add up and cost you. And those are things that we've hit on, we preached on, but apparently not enough. We got to get better at it. I don't mind the Toby aggressive down ball read. I get it. The guy made a perfect throw. The one at third, we got to understand the situations. 2 outs, you can't make the last out at third. The line drive, with no outs to shortstop. We preach time and time again, where's the shortstop playing? In that situation with Campy up, he's up the middle. We got to know that. And to me, that's I take ownership in that because base running, we take pride in our base running, but we got to be better at that.
On Friday night after the win, you said that you want to talk to the team, you spoke on the positives, the walk-off, opening day, all that. But now that you guys are 3 games in, does that approach change the locker room? Is that something that you're going to be emphasizing as the season progresses?
I'm not. There's a fine line, I guess, on that. You want them to feel good and celebrate. It's tough to win in college baseball, consistently, and we're sitting 3-0. It feels good, and I don't want to put a wet blanket on everything, but I made it a point to understand, hey, we want to be the team we want to be. We're going to have to clean some things up, and we know that. Offensive approach today was dismal at best. That kid just continued to throw a split and slider, which were good pitches, but time and time again, how many times can you say make him get the ball up in the zone, and if you see anything spin down, lay off, and we didn't make any adjustment to that, and the guy carved us up pretty good. So until we want to be the team we want to be, we're going to have to make those adjustments in game. We can't wait 9 innings before we make an adjustment or hope they bring somebody out of the pen. We got to make an adjustment earlier than that. So plenty of things we got to clean up, certainly, but it's nice to get off to a good start and understand, even with us not playing great, we still find ways to win. And to me, that's I'll take that positive any day.
Coach, you moved Wyatt up to the 2-hole, and just the weekend he had entering today, it seemed like he justified that decision really well with the extra base hit. Can you just speak on his presence? You said the other day his swing, and he just hits the ball so well, but he really showed that and proved that this weekend.
Yeah, he's a dynamic offensive player. He can run, got a great swing. is capable of bunting. All those things, you know, with Guzman today going for them, I figured if the plan was to get, you know, a couple of those guys at the top of the order on base, so he couldn't go to the off-speed stuff as much. In the event that he did, we were going to run. Problem is we didn't get anybody on base, so you know, that part of it didn't work out as planned. But the fact of him being up in the top of the lineup, he's responding well and doing some things. And you know, we get him and Keishel on base to set the table for those, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys. You know, it adds a nice dynamic to us because they got speed and they're good base stealers. So, you know, on paper, that's what we're trying to do, is get those guys with that can run and be dynamic up top and bottom.
And on the day that Joe comes back to throw out the first pitch, Isaiah makes just a play that Joe would probably make out there. How fitting was that to see him step up already this weekend playing center field and to back up that decision with one of those kind of plays?
Yeah, I think I'm glad you brought that up because that's a game-changing play. You know, it's just a phenomenal play. That's one that probably the only other guy makes is Joe Lampe. So he makes that play, and it's you know, it's a backbreaker, man. That's a triple all written all over it, and he steals it. So kid's got some kind of stride lengths out there in center field. It's nice to see him just reel balls, reel them in, you know, and it's to me that's why he's out there.
No hitings from Timmy Manning today. Was there any thought, if he got past that 6, that you were going to leave him in? And what did you think of his performance today?
No, just he was at his pitch count, or maybe a few pitches over. The reason we didn't pull him out, the hitter before, just the left-on-left matchup we really liked. You know, we was kind of at that pitch count mark to where we didn't want to go much longer with him, but that was a turning point of the game, we felt. And if he could dig deep and give us one more hitter, and he did. He rose to the occasion, was outstanding. You see that when he's able to throw his breaking ball for a strike. Kid's pretty tough. So he did phenomenal today. We were excited to see that outing out of him. It just it stretches out that rotation that much more. Moving forward, that's a big piece to this puzzle, is having him healthy and throwing strikes like he did.
Coach Luke Hill, big day today, pretty good weekend. Could you just speak to what you saw from him today?
Luke has been he's been great, you know, and for me that's you know, continuously trying to remind him he's got to play with an edge and play with that mentality every day. You know, it's a lot for a freshman to come in and take on that responsibility, but you know, this weekend he was pretty dang good at shortstop defensively, made some smart plays, made some nice plays. That play off Poncho and then the hole today was, I mean, it's a major league play. And offensively did some winning baseball plays yesterday. Second, third, nobody out, situational hitting, moving the runner, getting him in on a sac fly. Those little things are noticeable, and I think in the long run, you know, we're a better team with him out there, as long as he continues to stay sharp and not have any freshmen drifting off and not staying focused. But he's a tremendous athlete. That's why he's out there as a freshman.
And if he continues to stay sharp, can you see him moving up in the lineup soon?
I mean, I like our lineup the way it is. You know, we'll move some things around here and there, you know, on occasion, I think. But you know, when those guys, the good news is, like I said, guys, man, we won 3 games this weekend and we weren't hitting on all cylinders, which is big. You know, Toby. You know, Will, Ethan still hasn't swung the way he's capable of yet. You know, but you can see it's starting to come, and Luke Keishel hasn't got off to the start that he wants. So those are your big guns, and those guys haven't caught fire yet. And we're sitting where we are. I'll take it, you know. But at the end of the day, yeah, I'm confident in those guys, and you know, you got to be. Luke Hill's in a good spot where he's at right now.
Are there any worries about the offensive struggles over the last couple nights?
You know, I think, you know, there's things we need to improve on, certainly. And I think at the end of the day, we're seeing different pitching for the first time, you know, and I think that plays a little bit of a factor. But I'm confident in the lineup. I'm confident that we're going to score runs, and you know, it takes a minute to get confident and find your swing against other pitching. And like I said, early on, you got to scratch out runs until you find your groove, and thank God we were able to scratch out just enough runs this weekend. So I'm confident in them. They'll find their swings and start getting confident.
Coach, this was the first 1-0 game that was your big part of as a manager. But what was the feeling in the clubhouse?
Like I said, celebrate it. You know, we didn't have a walk-off win or a shutout win last year, and so we officially turned the page on that. And to me, that's big. That goes. I mean, we almost had a shutout yesterday as well. And San Diego State's a good team. They're scrappy. They do the little things right. They're going to win a lot of games. So for us to come out and put up that kind of performance from a defensive and pitching standpoint makes me happy. You know, but certainly we can't get complacent. We understand we got to get better in a lot of areas still.
Pitching wise, have you guys decided who's going to go Tuesday?
Not yet. You know, probably leaning toward Matt Keating. You know, maybe starting, but you know, there's a lot of guys again that didn't get in the game this weekend that are capable arms still. So there's still some. You know, Josh Hansel's got a power arm. He didn't find himself in the game this weekend. Ryan Hanks, another good arm. Austin Humphreys, a good arm. Those guys are going to probably see action on Tuesday. Which how we line it up, we'll see. But you know, those guys, it's important to get them in.
Not to look too far ahead with Tuesday, but in terms of offensive struggles in the previous matchup with UNLV, double-digit games, you know, both teams put up a lot of offense. Is there maybe a more added emphasis, you think, over these next 2 days to be able to handle an offense like UNLV?
No, I think you just stick to your plan, you know, and be more diligent at your plan and what you're trying to do, and stay disciplined. To me, that was the biggest takeaway, is we weren't quite disciplined enough offensively. You know, the plan of attack was there. I think the game plan was good. We just didn't stick to it. We didn't stay disciplined to it. And I get it. It's easier said than done, because you know, when the ball, you're in the batter's box, the ball's moving all over the place, and it's easy to say from my seat to make the ball get up, you know. But when you're a hitter, I've been told that too, and it looks like it's up, but it's not. It's called pitching. So anyhow, I get it. It's tough, but I'm not worried about the offense. I think they'll find their groove, and you know, we know UNLV's traditionally guys that can swing the stick a little bit. But at the end of the day, we're confident where we're at.
What are your thoughts about Crenshaw? Batted 600 on the opening weekend. Had a really good week on the plate.
Just like I said, he's a dynamic player, great swing, and you know, we were unfortunate to lose Nick McLean, but we got depth, which is nice. So you know, opportunities are there for guys, and you come in and make the most of your opportunity. You never know what can happen, and as the last 3 games, he's made the most of that opportunity. So he's earned himself the right to stay in there.